Hello everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Bridge. This is the 11th episode, we're in the double digits now, and I am once again the host, the GM, Blage, that's me, I'm running this. And we're joined by a recurring cast, although one member is from a long ways away, if you can remember, Antti, joining us from the very first session. He's back here to seek a bit more glory in the land beyond the bridge. Alright, so what have I been up to this week? Not much. I've been looking at Stars Without Numbers a bit, and maybe doing a bit of side prep for that, because I'm using the faction system from it for this game. It's making me think about Stars Without Numbers, and I've been watching a lot of MeJP's Swan Song, and it's just like so glorious. So I've been looking at that a bit more maybe than I should. I watched a new show recently called Legends of Tomorrow. Watched the first episode. Anyone seen that? It's a DC series.
I think I've seen one episode.
I saw one episode. I haven't watched the second episode yet. Basically, they went, right, so we've got Arrow and we've got Flash. Who are all the side characters from those that we can steal and no one will miss? And that's what they did. It was like, okay. So there's a bunch of random superheroes, apparently. Yeah. So, and it's got time travel in it. So, Legends of Tomorrow. Oh no, Mike's going to be rubbing against that all day. Didn't get up to much really. Pretty boring. Let's move on to someone with more interesting life. Mary, what have you been up to?
Well, that wouldn't be me. I've been grading papers basically. So that's not exciting.
More exciting than me. Have you given anyone a big fat F yet?
Oh yes, definitely.
was it satisfying? Were you like,
no, that's sad. Oh. I really don't like doing that. I prefer my students.
We got more people working in schools then.
Yeah.
We've got another teacher.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, aren't you a trainee teacher? Aren't you?
Mike's a trainee teacher. I'm a teacher's assistant.
Wait, is it Mike S? That's the trainee teacher?
Yeah.
Yes.
Too many Mikes. You're confusing me.
All the Mikes.
And I'm the student here with all the teachers.
So we've got
feel uncomfortable yet?
Teacher, teaching assistant.
Yeah, very.
Okay, but watch any new shows or any movies that were stuck in the mind?
No, nothing good, I guess.
Yeah. Managed to play any games that caught you?
Oh, yeah, but I've been still playing some of the ones that I've tried since Christmas, and XCOM, for example. But other than that, nothing new again.
I've managed to not play XCOM for the most of the week. I figure if I don't play it, that my team will never die. I mean, they'll never win, but they'll never die.
You're not wrong.
Pardon?
You're not wrong exactly, but...
Yeah. No, it's mainly just I've been distracted by other things. So XCOM's fallen by the wayside a bit. But okay. So, Mike, how's your life been since we last spoke to you? So, a week. I feel like you were on the very last episode.
You just went robot. Can you still hear me?
You've gone robot.
Hey, Robot Mike. We can see you spam yourself though.
Can you hear me
and
now?
I'm back.
Terrible robot.
I think we'll skip Mike for now and move on to Joe, and hopefully your connection gets better by the time we get back to you. Joe, hi there.
Hey.
It's been more than a week since I've spoken to you.
It's been ages.
At least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to play 3 times in a row anymore, so I haven't had to have a break from Beyond the Bridge. So yeah, been rough. I've turned to drink now that I've been away from D&D. But no, not really. I play loads of campaigns. I'm always playing some form of RPG. What have I been doing? I've been GMing for Mike. I GM a game which is it's a bit like Fallout. Basically, it's a system called Mutant Year Zero, and yeah, it's basically just apocalypse. And I unleash all kinds of hell upon Mike and other things, and he is very salty in that game about everything I release on him.
Rightly so. He hates me.
Is the salt
Worst
level that
GM
high?
ever.
There is so much salt from Mike in that game. It's unbelievable.
Do you put that
Which is
salt on
why
some chips?
he seems to always like give me comments about how much he hates my character because he wants to see my character suffer. I've also been playing in a campaign as a player as RuneQuest is the system. Quite I've never played the system before. It's interesting. I like it so far, but I've only played 2 sessions, so pretty new to it. Watching, I've watched a load of ItmeJP stuff, so I've had a break from it. I'm actually watching the Burning Wheel that Adam Kobel's doing from the Roll20.
Oh, does he stream that to YouTube?
Yeah. You can watch that. The Roll20's got a YouTube account that you can watch all the backdated stuff. He's done Apocalypse World, Roll20, Burning Wheel. He's done. What did he do? He did like original D&D as well. That was amazing. I like that one. That was quite funny. Everyone just died all the time. Yeah, there's loads of good stuff. I do like Adam Kobel as a GM. He's really good. I would say better than Stephen Lumpkin. Only a bit.
Hang on. I would have to think about that because I've been watching a lot of Adam Kobel lately. But I was previously watching a lot of West Marches with Stephen Lumpkin, and I've got to say I really
I like the West Marches setting, and Stephen Lumpkin is good, but Adam Kobel is just a little bit better. I'm afraid I've got to say.
The thing is, I want to disagree with you, but I don't therefore want to side with Stephen over Adam. So I'm just like, they're really good, really good.
Yeah, but they're both brilliant GMs. Actually, I am very envious.
I wish I had as much time for them to prepare for all my role play. Unfortunately, if I did that, no one would ever play my games.
Indeed. What else have I been doing? Obviously work. That's always something that's present. Although, what is it? Nearly the Easter holidays. Us people at school will be getting 2 weeks off, which will be lovely.
I have a week off work. It's wonderful.
Nice. That's not bad. Not too shabby. So looking forward to having 2 weeks off. Yes. I've been thinking about running a new campaign myself. Actually, I'm really tempted to run a West Marches campaign of my own. But I was just sat there with a map, plotting out hexes. Like, God, there's so many hexes to plot, and I was like, I'll come back to it later. But it is quite fun just to theoretically plan a West Marches campaign. So I've been doing a lot of that. Yeah.
It's. I feel in a way it's a bit more rewarding than doing a normal campaign because in a normal campaign, if you plot out a bunch of stuff and the players don't encounter it, it's like, oh well, I guess I'll never use that. Whereas in the West Marches kind of hex crawl style, someone else might encounter it. You know,
definitely. Yeah,
or they might encounter it when they're like level 20 and just wallop it.
Yeah, I have GM'd one sort of West Marches. It's sort of like a mix between a regular campaign and a West Marches before. It had like 40 players, and it was in 4th edition D&D, which was I'll say no more.
I managed to skip that altogether. But then again, I was on 3.5 for like 5 years before I went to Pathfinder. I'm very slow to update.
4th edition did combat really well, but it got a bit bogged down at the later levels. But it was good in its own way, but not proper role-playing D&D, no, I wouldn't say. Anyway, I've rambled on for ages. You should probably talk to the other players.
Nah. Have you watched any good movies?
We'll just discuss all the iterations of D&D for the next 4 hours and turn it into a talk show.
Oh, yeah, but have you watched any good movies or any good series lately? Anything caught your interest?
No, I finished Daredevil, and I'm sort of not sure what
the new series?
That has come out, actually, but I'm going to wait for them all to be released before I start watching them, actually, because otherwise it would just... I don't like sort of just watching one a week and then being like, oh, I can't watch another one.
Yeah, that managed to kill the Walking Dead for me. I watched the first season all back to back.
Yeah.
And then I got to the season with the farm, and I was actually watching it when it was coming out, and I was just like,
Yeah, I can't watch things as they're coming out now. It's too slow.
Okay, but anything else good?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, and Auntie. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. How's your week been?
My week. Trying to work on my bachelor's degree some more, and last weekend was all about playing so much Path of Exile that I don't even know what else I have done recently.
Path of Exile. That's the free kind of like Diablo game, isn't it? But it's like it got a ridiculous skill tree from what I saw of it.
Oh yes, it's great.
That's what everyone remembers it from.
Well, it just had this obscene skill tree, and I was like, ooh.
It looks great on the screen.
But does it look good after you've like plotted out everything, or does it just turn into some asymmetrical mess?
It
makes sense when you play it.
Yeah, it makes sense at that point. Like, it's really interesting that you have to like kind of find from that tree what you want, what stats you want, and then you have to plot your way up to get over there and get those stats.
The skill tree from that kind of is a bit similar to the technology research in Star Ruler 2. Anyone played that? It has a really like web like research tree, which is quite nifty. Quite nifty. Mike is dead. But you haven't had a chance to watch anything good or anything like that? It's just been eating up all your time?
No, I don't watch really any shows or anything like that. Just
no interesting tales from school?
Nah. Got some projects done and with pretty good results, but nothing interesting really. But maybe there's these teachers all around here right now, so I don't know if I
so you
like
can't say anything. Okay. Well, how about the weather? Is the weather good?
Weather is really good, like nice and sunny, and it's getting towards spring. Still a lot of snow here.
Where are you?
Finland.
Okay, well, snow seems like it belongs there. I haven't got any snow over here. I remember I was working one day and my colleague came in and went, it's snowing, and I looked outside and it wasn't snow, it was just hail. It's like, that's all you get over here. Bit of wet slush.
We get lucky if we don't have snow in summer. Not really, but that's the joke.
Okie dokes. And Mike, how you doing there? Are you a robot
Perfect
right
timing.
now?
No, am I?
Yeah, you sound good enough.
I'm
So, what have you been up to?
I've been tortured by Joe this Thursday, like every Thursday, because he's the worst GM ever. I'm an inventive player who tries to investigate things and try to come up with new solutions, and I get punished by it every step along the way.
Sounds like a GM after my own heart.
No, because you always have the dice to blame. But Joe does it intentional. I can't prove it yet, but he's the cruelest master you could imagine. He's just sitting there plotting and waiting until Mike comes up with a new inventive way, and then he beats me down.
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously with some horrible monstrosity which sits on your face.
Yeah, or another mutation that springs along. It's Don't get me started.
Not much what
Salt is spreading
have you
over
got?
this campaign.
Oh, I've been mutated so hard. My character is a insectoid amphibian with mega fast reflex. It's insane. It's not cool anymore.
Good. Don't they help
Yeah,
you?
until you get too many and die from them.
Too many? You can die from too many mutations.
Yeah.
It's a really harsh
mutation
system.
track?
That system punishes you for everything that you do wrong. It's really fun though. It's really fun. It could be fun with a fair GM though.
The thing is, you seem to be smiling, which makes me think you're not quite being honest with yourself there.
No, that's because I'm a sick person.
Well, moving away from Joe's
Yeah,
wonderful
not much
GMing.
has happened. I've had my uni exams. I'm just waiting for the next ones to come up. I've been busy. I've crafted a map.
Is that a map of something in particular?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is everything from Haven, westwards, over Vigil to Etablet.
You have an actual drawn map. I appreciate
I
your
printed out
dedication.
a hex paper, and I actually drew a map. I actually even have little numbers on all the hexes to compare it where we are.
I mean, it'll be a real dick move for me to change the numbers.
Would be, yes. And it would be a lot of effort for you to change the numbers. So I assume you
No.
wouldn't do that.
All I have to do is shift everything.
Yeah, but Etableton would still be relatively in the same position, so it doesn't
I
matter.
mean, a giant might come along, pick it up, put it down somewhere else. I mean, these things happen.
Yeah, but not in Etableton. We've been there, it's a nice
Cataclysm.
place to live. Obviously nothing bad ever happens in Etableton.
Of course not, of course. So let's see. Is there, unless there's any tales from you, I think we can move towards the land of Beyond Decay, beyond the bridge. Let's see. Okay, so in this magical world of Dungeons and Dragons, there are dungeons, and there might be dragons. Oh, the odd ancient red dragon is sitting on the encounter table, waiting for the players to stumble upon it. They're hungry. It just happens every now and again. But the land to the east is ruled by this vast, bureaucratic empire, and it's dull, it's boring, and it's pretty oppressive. People flee from this empire, or are exiled, or simply just want something interesting to do, so they go to the west. And the furthest west you can go, there is the Great River, which is a vast body of water, spanned by a single bridge maintained by the Empire. And beyond this bridge is the land of Beyond the Bridge. And our adventurers are all meeting up together in the nice little colony of Haven. It's a relatively new construction, a couple of wooden buildings, the main features, the manor, the tavern, the general store, surrounded by a little bit of farmland, nestled in the Uden Plains, protected by the Templar Damien, and ruled over by the Duke von Erestoff. So that's the world. But who is playing today? Could you please introduce yourselves and tell us what your characters look like, what they've been up to in the last week or month or months since you've appeared. So, Mary, tell us a bit about Lynn.
Yes, Lynn Ora is a human fighter. She has brown hair and brown eyes, and since last time she's been working again with cooking and baking. So doing some hard work, hard labor.
And this was in the tavern, the Last Hope.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to just roll up a d6 and times it by 2. And you're just working for gold, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Cool. So over the couple of weeks you spend, you've got a roof over your head as you're lodged in the tavern, and you've got food and ale. But you managed to earn yourself 6 gold over the period and squirrel it away, not spend it on frivolities.
Excellent. Well, I got ale anyway, so that's great.
Okay, and Asham. Mike, tell us a bit about Asham and what has he been up to?
Sham Iron Fist, former gladiator and pit fighter, unbeaten, of course. Had to leave the Empire because of a little betting scandal. Was not involved, of course. Insanely strong, insanely lucky with the dice, especially against Jarodi the Merchant. And since last time, he has actually been building a stable because he noticed that last time all that walking is not becoming, and when drinking too much ale, all that walking might be actually dangerous. So I've been building the stable.
So, you've been helping and aiding in the construction of a stable, and So you've been doing the physical labor yourself, and you've been supporting it with gold. You've been handing to the people that would bring in animals. But who's the fellow who you're financing? Who is the stable master? Tell us a bit about him. Who have you been helping build this stable for? Who's going to
Well,
be the
there are
person
two
running
of
it?
them. There are two of them. There is Joseph. He's the actually stable master. He's the brains behind it, and he has a dim-witted brother. And I don't know his name yet. Matthew. Matthew's the dim-witted brother. He's the actual guy that does all the work, like misting out the stables. While Joseph, he's the money behind it and the brains. Yeah, I've been doing the actual work. I've carried whole tree trunks. There are rumors around town I've actually once pulled a full cart with people in it. Yeah, by now I've probably cemented my reputation as strongest man in Haven.
Okay, so you've got 275 gold to drop.
I dropped 250 and Robin here pays 25 because he feels he owes me.
Oh, is that the reason?
Yes, the last time I saved your life from the bandit was Carlos, and you feel slightly. You should.
Was it different, Michael? I think it was a
Yeah,
different.
but it was my plan all along.
Don't worry, friend. I'll spot your 25 gold, though. We're
There
friends
you
after
go.
all.
Okay, so with the sudden investment, Joseph, the stable master, manages to buy enough supplies to get his stable up and running, and begins to have horses coming in. And in reward for helping him construct the stable, doing most of the work, and financing him to get him off his feet, he rewards you as appropriate and gives you a majestic steed. It's a black mare, quite big. You know,
I can't get up
shoulder
there.
comes up. Oh wait, you're a dwarf, aren't you?
I'm a dwarf.
Oh.
Can I have a boar or something?
No, it's.
Well, you
I'm
still
afraid
come as
it's a
medium, but
horse.
still, you're quite bulky.
Yeah.
I think you can ride a horse. It's just going to look a bit humorous.
Yeah,
because
I know. I know.
The horse shoulders come up to maybe the head of a tall man. So you're probably like the top of your hair is brushing its belly.
I
But
like
yeah,
it.
It's a majestic steed. It's a lovely dappled brown black mare. It's a black mare with like brown spots on its butt.
I take it.
And that is.
I'll come up with an appropriate name.
A sham. The horse is not given a name, so it's entirely to you. I have no notes about its name. It's just a horse. So, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be quite a lot of adventurers that are happy that horses are available for purchase. And just to
Are they
remind
actually
you,
for rent as well?
I feel like renting horses to adventurers that are going to go on dangerous missions might require some sort of insurance. I think you'll have to maybe talk to Zhao Di about insurance, set up some rental schemes. Maybe,
Yeah, but
maybe
if
there was a
I,
community...
as the stable master's good friend and financier, vouch for a group of adventurers.
Then probably for this session, if you wanted to get everyone horses, you could achieve that, but they'll be quite expensive. Maybe 25 gold per horse per adventure. But if in the future someone constructs the community fund, then you can all be vouchsafed, as in all adventures can be vouchsafed by the community fund. I.e., if a horse dies, it'll just get deducted from there. But for now, what I'm looking for is, what did I put as the rules for travelling with horses? Just so you all know what happens if you actually spend money on getting horses. So, horses. They permit faster overland travel. Mechanically, this means if all the players in a group have a mount or a vehicle capable of swift moving, they make a free quickened pace each day, regardless of whether they have used athletics to navigate. Further pushing the horses can permit an immediate hex worth of travel. However, each mount must test exhaustion. Exhausted mounts cannot quicken pace, but can be pushed further.
Okay.
Okay, so the very first building built.
Also, is the stables? Am I right in thinking that that's literally the most expensive option available currently?
I think so.
I think so, yes. The rest
Yeah,
was
because I'm
cheaper.
pretty sure everything else is
Yeah.
either 200, 100, or 50. Yeah. Well done.
I have also branded a Sham's name somewhere in the stable, in the actual wood of the building. It's not obvious at the first place, but I'm building up my street cred with that.
Okie dokies. So a Shams Stables, or I think probably just Iron Stallion Stables, because you're Iron
That
Fist.
works.
Yeah, and your name is branded, burnt into the wood of the very logs that support this edifice. Okay, so that's what you've been up to in the week since we last saw you. Pretty fast construction. Robin. Robin, the community support master.
Indeed.
What have you been doing since we last saw you?
I'm now a character. I'm gonna beg here for a downtime action which isn't listed, which is training for 20 experience.
Roll a d1000. If it's a 1, yes.
Oh wow.
What?
Oh, it's not even rolling.
I'm
is,
afraid
it
that
is.
It's pretty
you're
close.
out by a small margin of 280. So what would you like to spend your downtime performing?
Well, shucks. In that case, so Robin, I'll just describe him first, is a little halfling fella. He's got leather armor on and a white cloak, which is always slightly grubby at the bottom of it, where he's always going around town doing lots of hard work and helping folk out. He's a typical like Hobbit-esque kind of style look. He's got ginger curly hair, a bit like Samwise Gamgee, and never wears shoes because that's what Hobbit type people do. And yeah, he's a paladin, and he has been continuing good work and just going around town and building up a community of happy people, because
Okay,
that's what
so
he's just such a nice guy.
could you remind me how many people you've got supporting your community outreach at the moment?
3.
3. I believe that's a positive modifier. Yes, that's
Oh, it is
+1.
indeed.
So if you want to, it sounds like you know what you're doing. If you want to roll it up,
Indeed, and also I have noted down on my sheet that I did a heroic deed last session, which was kill Carson.
kill
Which I've not
Carlo.
cashed that in. Carlo, yes.
Carson.
I'm inventing
Warlock.
people now.
No, Carson. Carson.
Not yet.
Yeah, I haven't killed Carson yet, just Carlo. So yeah, so that's hang on, there's level
That's,
charisma, which is
yep.
let me just double check that one. Cool. Plus 1 plus. Yep, there we go. Big rolls. Ooh, it's all right.
23, which is a d4. So if you want to roll a d4.
Certainly. Roll a 1, don't roll a 1. No!
So you spend your time helping the good folk of Haven, but the majority of them are just too busy. They have their own work to attend to, tilling their own fields, building their own homes, caring for their own lives. But you managed to get one of them, one of these like-minded fellows, to come aid you sow the crops of another man's field. So you're now up to 4 followers. 4 people that, you know, they're not ready to jump off a cliff for you or follow your orders, but when you do good deeds, you can see these same 4 people, like, sticking to your heels and aiding you in the tasks around Haven.
I've created 4 good Samaritans.
They'll be very sad when you die.
I want.
So, Brotka, Anti playing Brotka. What's Brotka been up to in the 3 months since we last saw him? Or is it 2? What's the time in game? 8th of March, yeah, it's only 2 months or so since we last saw him.
Yeah, almost 2 months. Well, yeah, Brodkar is a dwarf cleric with this orange-red beard and long ponytail of hair and wearing some nice armor or his scale armor almost every day wherever he goes, even if he works on. And he has been, for the last 2 months, he has been working on things and odd jobs, like mostly like bookkeeping for passing merchants and stuff like that. And
So
maybe
using
some
your brain
little-
rather than your brawl. Interesting.
Yeah, he's Brodka used to be a scholar, but took to the life of adventuring, and he's not that as intelligent as he used to be. His mind has been a bit broken, but he can still count to 5, so he can keep some simple bookkeeping at least.
Is the problem start when you get to 6? Okay, so speaking of a 6, could you please roll a d6? And I'm assuming you're working just for Imperial coin.
Yeah, just for coin.
Okay, so roll up a 6. Okay. So over the 2 months, you've managed to keep your armor in repair, keep a roof over your head, food in your belly, and ale in your stomach. But you've managed to accumulate 5 gold pieces. It's not a lot to show for 2 months. Methinks it's
That's
time you
a
go
bit-
on an adventure.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
it's the
think that-
highest number he knows. It's something.
Could be more.
Oh,
No, there
try.
is nothing after 5. He only has 5 fingers. There is no 6.
Maybe I can learn to count to 10 when I find my other hand. I don't know. But yeah, I use one of that gold to, during my time here, buy a new spear for myself.
Would you like to buy? As you walk into Xiaodi's store, he offers you a spear with a shaft of wood made from ever-burning wood. It's a rare wood that's limited stock. He offers to sell you a spear made from this fabled material for 5 gold.
5 gold sounds a bit expensive. I have my warhammer for a tool, and I prefer to have my spear more as a walking stick than as a
And
rather strong weapon.
he shows you the wood, and it's like this blackened wood that looks like it's charred, and you can see like little veins of red running underneath it. And even though it's like burnt and charred, there's no like charcoal that rubs off on your hand, no soot, and it doesn't feel weak. It feels sturdy and strong. And he's like, surely you can spare the extravagance. You'll be living with this for the rest of your days. It's truly a one-of-a-kind item.
You make good point, but I prefer some heftier in my hand, like this warhammer I have on my belt. So, would you have anything more cheap and normal for now?
Ah, no imagination. And he gives you a normal spear for a gold.
Thank you.
Question.
You tried.
These ever burning pieces of wood, the fire, does that produce heat?
Nope, it's cool to the touch.
Ooh. I might go there later.
You might have sold them to him in the first place.
I did.
So, with all the downtime out of the way, what remains now is to set the scene. Are you all meeting up in the tavern in the Last Hope? The Last Hope for good ale, good mead, and good wine?
I think maybe we're meeting up at the stables.
No, I'm sitting in the tavern with Henry, the guard master of the caravan.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. You're the man with the plan. Lead on.
Okay, so you're sitting in Henry. How do you know he's called Henry? Is that
Because I named him.
okay?
He had the age token and I asked if we could name him Henry.
I thought you named him Harry.
Oh, that's quite possible as well. His second name, his middle name is Henry. He's Harry Henry Huffington. I don't know. You're right, I'm sorry.
I honestly can't remember. And
No, I did remember he had the age token, and
Yeah,
Harry
I
or
think it
Henry,
was
that's my
Harry.
first go-to names.
I think it was Harry. So he's Harry Henry
Huffington.
Huffington
Of the Etterblood Huffingtons.
of the Efterblood Huffingtons. Excellent. Of the Etterblood. Okay, so you're sitting in there, and you've bought him a drink or what? What's the
No, he's buying me drinks.
Why would he be? Oh yeah, you saved his life.
I saved his life,
Yeah, he's buying you drinks.
maybe?
And he's going, oh, well, I was talking to Xiao Di, and we've managed to come to a arrangement most beneficial. If only I could get back to Ethelblood, everything would be fine. If I had a man as strong as you by my side, oh, if you could. There's room on the caravan. It's all fixed up. We're only carrying a small shipment of some very mystical wood back to Ethelblood.
Sorry. Yeah, great wood. I've seen it. Great merchandise. Really
I
good.
know, I know.
I've
And at
heard
such
talk around
reasonable
town.
prices.
Yeah, talking about reasonable prices. I've heard around town that you're offering 25 gold for an escort.
Oh, from you, 30.
Oh, that's you're a man of my heart, Harry Henry Huffington.
Of the Huffingtons of Ethelblood, I'll have you know.
The best Huffingtons, the only Huffingtons. I'm pretty sure I can drum up some support, and then we will head out in the morning.
Oh, excellent. I will go and get the caravan ready. Have you seen the wonderful horses at the stables? I believe it
I've
is recent.
actually built the
Oh,
stables.
I may have to make a considerable investment. The Huffingtons. Oh, and he leaves.
Yeah, the
he leaves
Huffington
tavern.
knows where the money is. And then I look around the tavern if I know a face or two, or if someone seems adventurous enough to wander out.
I think you've met Lynn and Robin before, so would it be
Yeah.
foreseeable that you're in the tavern? Lynn, since you're...
Oh, wait,
you're
I
cooking?
haven't met Lynn actually.
I'm
did I?
definitely there.
No, I've met Robin for sure, but
Hang on, how many
Don't
times have you
think-
played?
twice.
Twice? You sure? I think this is your third time. Because there was the
It's
one
my
with all
third
the
time.
mics. And oh yeah, no, it was just the one with all the mics, and then yeah.
Mhm.
No, Lynn was the session between the two in which you've
Mhm.
been. So you haven't met Lynn yet. That's correct.
Lynn is there anyway.
Yeah, she's been baking. I've been eating her food.
Mhm.
That's
We've been
why I know
talking.
her, and I like her, and I know that she has a shield and a big sword, and I know she can wield them. So, if she's around, she's my first go-to person.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So,
Hrothgar is there drinking his whatever time it is, morning drink, and looking very bored after 2 months of nothing but some laboring, and hoping to get to some new adventure for once in his life at least.
And when Lynn hears about this new adventure, she's there. Absolutely. Sounds like a good thing to do. To get these merchants back home and then go on a proper adventure. Yes. Excellent.
And Robin, how do you get dragged into this?
I think when Asham goes to the stable to collect his horse, I'm there helping the dim-witted brother.
Okay.
yeah, I'm not actually bringing my own horse. We're riding on the wagon, I assume, because my horse might get hurt. Don't want it. And it's named Apples because it likes apples.
Oh, we're not taking horses?
Well, if you want to rent horses, then we all had horses. Then I would be up for it. Yes. If only I have a horse, it makes no sense to risk it.
Well, maybe you go there just to check on your
Plus,
horse.
you're escorting a caravan, so you.
Yeah,
might
no,
as well just
the caravan
ride
is there
on
in the first
caravan.
place, so we can pick you up
Ah,
along the
but
way.
do they count as mounted? That's the thing. We should...
I mean, it won't matter because you won't be travelling. The caravan will be travelling, and I'll just
Right.
roll a bunch of D100s, see if you hit anything
Okay.
before you get to Ethelblood.
Oh, okay, so we're literally following it. But yeah, okay, fair enough.
just
Can
see how
I get
badly you get
advantage on the
killed.
travel because the Atablutians know the way and I have a map?
Yeah. Yeah,
There's no travel. There'll just be if you encounter something on the travel, essentially.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, I see Robin misting out the stables, and first of all, I start laughing because what are you doing in the shit? And then I tell him about this proper escort job, and he might want to join.
Yeah, I sort of say to Adam, like, oh, someone's got to look after these stables. You know, I did lend you some money to build it after all. We got to make sure it's in tip-top condition. We don't want to find a stable like this covered in shite now, do you?
Lend? Yeah, I assume you lend me the money. You'll totally get it back. Yep. And Joseph is taking care of it. He and his brother are taking well care of it. All fine.
I know, and I
Matthew
thought I'd
gives
help
a
them.
big grin, like.
I pat him on the back and go, anyway, looks like my friends need me now. You'll have to carry on from here. And I hand him back the pitchfork and leave the stable with you.
So, I think then the scene would be, since you're meeting up with the caravan in the morning, the scene would be the four of you having all like given your cursory agreement to this plan, sitting round a tavern table in the evening as meat roasts in the fire pit, and the flames flicker, causing like little shadows to dart around the interior of the Last Hope. You can see the warlock mounted on the wall behind the bar, snarling fiercely. And there's a bunch of mercenaries, the Ebonwing, like rowdily making noise in one section of the bar, and you can see a couple of off-duty militia. And off-duty militia are literally just farmers that are part of the militia. I mean, off-duty militia, it's not a full-time job. Anyway, and they're just kind of sitting angrily nursing their drinks. You probably all heard the rumor, and Robin, you were in the previous session. No, yes, no. No, who am I thinking of? It's not you, god damn it. No,
I was.
Asham, you would know that a man entered town, not yesterday, oh god, it would be like 6 days ago now, 7 days ago, entered town, proceeded to offer his services to Duke von Eristoff as a mercenary, got turned away, apparently angry words were exchanged, and then he beat up a bunch of the Ebonwing mercenaries in a brawl, which had to be broken up by the militia, and then he got locked up by the militia in basically the jail, and has only been let out recently. And you know, Asham, that it's the same man that gave you the
middle finger man.
Yeah, it was him. So, flavor out of the way. What's there to be said? You're sat round the table. Asham, you're the one that's gathered everyone here, and you have a plan. Let's hear it.
Well, I'm not much in planning of naturally, I'm not much of making a plan. I just beat people up until they give me what they want. But generally speaking, Harry Henry Huffington offered us 30 gold to bring them to Etterblütten, and well, they know the way. And there is also still the open bounty on the crown of 4 tribes, which can be found on the fungal battlefields, which is mere 1.5 days from Etterblütten. So if we get there with the caravan, we also get paid, and then we can go to the fungal battlefield where we will have to face off hideous mushroom zombie creatures and their Stitch Masters, and then get the crown and get back to Etterblütten and get paid.
This sounds like a reasonable plan. I can see nothing wrong with it.
I look at Robin and say, we need to watch out. Those mushrooms are really dangerous. No one of us is about to die. Also be careful with fire, because the whole thing is a tinderbox and can go up in flames.
Right, we don't bring any oil then to burn things down. No, hang on. He's paying us 30. Is that 30 each, or just 30 for the 4 of us?
No, he said 30 for me. No, I think it's in total for all of us.
You might want to clarify that.
Well, you can ask him yourself in the morning. He's a nice chap. I will introduce you.
I look forward to it.
I just want to get to smashing and burning some things and...
No, smashing, not burning.
Not burning.
No. You need to listen to the clash of heat.
This is important. No fire.
No fire. Right, got it.
Fine.
You'll have to do with just the smashing. I'm
for
sure
you.
you can.
This
Sure you
time.
can.
Give him the 2 finger, I'm watching you.
But holy fire should be
No
okay,
fire.
right?
A what?
Yeah, torches is fine as long as you don't touch the walls or anything. The whole thing can go up in flames really fast.
Got it.
Okay.
You can burn it when we leave, and I have my crown.
Oh,
Our
excellent.
crown.
Your crown.
Our crown.
Okay.
So, talking of fires, I'm going to go and have a look and see how much Audi's selling those pieces of wood that I sold him.
Okay.
You regret selling them.
Okay. So, Robin, you head to the general store before the sun is fully set, and the rest of your colleagues drink themselves and prepare as best they can for the journey tomorrow. So you rock on up at Xiaodi's general store. Outside, barrels, hoes, rakes, scythes. Inside, grains, weapons, crossbows, a suit of gleamingly polished, incandescent plate armor with a price tag of 3,000 imperials. And you see Xiaodi. He's like sitting with a sheaf of paper, maybe like 8 or 9 paper thick, a little ink pot and an abacus. And he's a massive man. He's 6'6", ripped off sleeves, black leather doublet with the sigil of a bird in it, tattoos on his arms, and he like doesn't. Perhaps for the first time you enter into Xiaodi's general store, the first thing you hear isn't "Ah, customer, what can I do for you?" And he's just kind of mumbling to himself and scritching, and he doesn't notice you immediately. What do you do?
I just look around for like a pile of charcoal type sticks.
So you mosey on around, and he picks on the fact that someone's in the store, and he looks up and he goes, "Oh, Robin, what can I do for you?"
Do you have any more of those sticks that I sold you?
Oh, the ever-burning wood, yes! Yes, I have plenty of that. Why'd you ask?
Just want to have a look at it, and how much you selling it for these days, you old crook?
Depends what you need. It is a hard thing to work into the shape you need it.
Oi, do you mind if I test it out a little bit?
Well, test it. It's not some...
I want to see it working.
What do you mean, working?
Oh, can you just get a little small piece and set it on fire for me? I want to see that, it actually works.
What do you expect it to do? I'm not going to burn
I expect it to set fire.
No, that would be silly.
You said it's
do
ever
not
burning.
have reasonable expectations. This is ever-burning wood. It shall not be set for flame. It burns with a power contained within itself that will never extinguish.
Oh, so it's on fire right now, then?
Well, when you say on fire, that's a loaded word. I mean, it's not bursting flames or anything, but you can see that it has a core of fire hidden within it that will never cease.
Oh, so does it actually produce light?
Well, I mean, it looks very appealing. Here, let me show you. And he pulls out a quarterstaff, which is built for humans, so on you it's like a pike, essentially. And you can see it's basically just, a quarterstaff made out of wood. But the wood is, like, got this blackened charcoal cracked effect all over it. And you can see, like, veins running through it where it has, like this kind of red kind of look to it. But you can clearly see it's not producing any light and it's not producing any heat. It looks entirely cosmetic.
Okay, damn.
It's
I sort of look at
fancy
it
skin.
disappointedly and says, if you held it out to a fire, what would happen?
Such matters are out of my hands. If you wish to try it, I could sell you an object and you could test it.
I'm sure you could.
I also have some tinder. And some flint and steel.
How much for just a small block?
A small block of 20 gold.
I heard tell you're selling a spear of the stuff for just 5 gold, you old crook. I'm asking for a small, thumb-sized block.
And he holds up his hands like shoulder width apart and goes, "It's a small block."
So what's your price?
20 gold pieces for a small block. I told you, Robin. I don't understand.
Ah, to
Does
hell
my
with you,
voice
I'll
not
not be
carry all the
robbed
way
by
down
you.
Whoa, okay. If you want, the smallest piece I have is barely as big as my hand. I can sell you it for 10 gold. But it's merely a chunk off cuttings.
He says that as I'm walking out.
Swing, swing, swing. The door goes, 9 gold and 9 silver. Final offer.
You tried again.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before we cut to the next morning by the caravan?
I think so.
Okay. So I think now would be a good time to take our first break, and we can hop back with the caravan in the morning. So, ciao.
Okay.
Correct. Ciao.